So the first step is going to be how can we detect that we are in the sign in or sign up form right now. And since there's only two options available, Boolean is very it makes the most sense. So let's go to the very top right here. Oh, okay, so I already did this. So we have a is sign up form, which is by default false, since our default is sign in, so it should be false by default, right? Okay, so we go down to the bottom account label tabbed. So what's gonna happen if we tap the button? The text is gonna change, right? The text right here is gonna change to already have an account, sign in, because it's gonna be a sign up form. So the way to check that is if is sign up form. Oops. Right. Then change the text and all that to the sign up form text. If not, then do the sign in form text. So let's create an attributed text string, because our bottom account label is dependent on an attributed string, right? Again, same procedure, ns mutable attributed string, attributed string, and we're going to create an attributed string dot string I'm sorry, it's gonna be the other way around. So if it is a sign-in form right now, yeah, and you press the button, it's gonna change itself to the already have an account text. Already have an account. The font is going to be regular. Color is gonna be light gray. And attributed string dot append and attributed ns attributed string dot string. It's going to be a sign in. Font dot semi bold. Color is white. Of course, we have to change this, create bottom account label. We're gonna pass it the attributed text equals attributed string, and at the bottom, this right here, else, it's gonna be the same as we did in our there's something right here. Okay, so if it's the same, we can actually copy it, right? Copy this part, scroll all the way down, paste it in there, just change it up to bottom account label. All right, and one last thing is we have to change the verification button title. Verification button dot set title to the string create new account for dot normal. Copy this, gonna be sign in. And let's start the app and see how it looks like. All right, let me see. So if you click it, it's turning back again. But here's the thing: if you click it, nothing's happening. Plus, I did a little mistake here. I should have had a space right here. So what's the problem? Why doesn't it react? The problem is we set our sign up form to false when we load the screen, the view controller, but we never set it back if we click it. So the solution is to say at the end is sign up form equals to whatever the sign up form is not. So reverse it, right? So if we're in the sign in form and we click on the create an account label, so we're gonna and then we're gonna say, hey, change the sign in form to sign up form. So just reverse it and do all the procedure all the way, all the time. So it's gonna be changing the false to false to true to false and so on. So that's why it can actually change it up. Now it should work. So if we click right here, it's changing, right? It's right now it's false, it's true, it's false, it's true, it's false. Okay, so what the next thing is, we're gonna have to make the forgot password disappear when you are getting into the sign up form. So if you click right now, it should disappear, because if you want to create a password, if you want to create an account, there's no forgot password option, right? So it should disappear completely. And the way to do that is very easy. We're going to make it animated. All right, so we're going to create a UI view.animate, a simple animation, no fancy stuff, just with a duration. And the animation is going to be self is you have to use self here inside a UI view.animate, and then you're gonna reference the forgot password label dot alpha equals self dot is sign up form. And careful here, we're gonna use a ternary operator. That's it. Let me explain. So the alpha, if you don't know it, is the opacity or the transparency of a view. Every view has an alpha. So if you put alpha to 0.5, it's gonna be a little transparent, right? So the thing is, why we use alpha right here is because UI view the animate function knows that if an alpha changes, it's gonna animate the change to that alpha. So from 1 to 0, or from 1 to whatever value you give it, and it's going to animate itself with a 0.25 duration. Next, what is this? So the values on the right here are the values that are going to be used for the alpha. So let me explain in full sentences. The sign up form. If it is a sign up form, then use the 1 value, right? If it's true, if it is a sign up form, use the 1 value if it's true. If it is not a sign up form, then use the 0 value. Let's try it out. I know it's tough to grasp if you're new, but if you know this, just skip this part and look, it does work. It is working. Everything's looking fine, right?